Natural Sponge and Friends is back here for another podcast. Excited to be back. Have another new guy on tonight, a former baseball player of mine. But first, I want to thank everyone that's listened so far to all the podcasts on YouTube. Over 250 views now or listens, and still working on getting everything else on all the other podcast outlets. Continue getting on to our Twitter and Instagram at naturalsponge23. Email us with any business ventures, any questions, any ideas you guys have. Guests for the show, anything like that, at naturalsponge23 at gmail.com. Tonight, we have a guy that is 2 days from now?
Yep.
2 days from now, going to move away from mommy and daddy, leaving home for the first time, going to play college baseball at William Peace University. Josh Hester, thanks for being here.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Anytime. He goes to this like gangster voice when he gets here and gets on the air. Moving away from home for the first time. We were just talking about it before we started here. Steve and Heather. Heather's getting a little sentimental, you said.
Definitely. She is. She's pulling out all my stuff from when I was a kid and crying and stuff, making me cry a little bit. Steve's been saying that he's been crying on the way home. So
this might be the last time I get to see you, too, before you leave.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So, but
definitely.
We'll be up to watch. Go up there and see the man, definitely. Dylan Finks.
Oh, Coach Finks.
He's awesome, dude. Also in the room, if you guys hear somebody laughing in the background, is our next podcast guest, long hair man himself,
Crackhead.
Austin Paget. Austin, what are you doing over there, Bo?
Trying to not laugh.
BP, what's good?
Oh, nothing much.
What? You see the voice crack?
So, a graduate of Carolina Forest High School, and you're actually going into William Peace. And it was difficult talking to coaches about playing baseball for them because of your academic situation that you're in. And for most guys out there, if you hear academic situation, that's a red flag. Back off. He's not a good guy in the classroom. But you're actually going into college with what, like 7 degrees already?
I'm going in with an associate's. And actually, it was kind of hard talking to coaches, like John said. It was I thought the NCAA was going to have a rule on me there because I have to double major going into William Peace to be able to play there for 4 years. So
well, I do know that I saw it on the bottom line on ESPN. They had the Rich Paul rule, and then right after it's coming up the Josh Hester rule.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You're right there.
Definitely.
It's like Connor Walters and or Kurt Walters, 42 in the Hall of Fame with Jackie Robinson.
POTUS, yeah.
So exactly, what you're going in with you have to double major.
Yeah.
And explain that a little bit, because I'm not that smart. I got a podcast degree I'm trying to get now.
I see that. Yeah, started it up. No, definitely. What I'm going in with is an associate's in arts from Horry Georgetown. But I'm majoring in business administration. And probably either going to minor or just pick up another major in criminal justice. So basically, I'll finish my 2 years. I'll start. I already have my gen eds out of the way, so I'll start in my major freshman year.
So going in, what's your long term goal with the degrees? After you play 17 years in the major leagues, right? Yeah. What's your go to with the criminal justice and with the business?
Yeah, business administration.
So what
definitely, it's kind of funny because I sit here and I make fun of NCAA people, but I actually want to work for the NCAA, be like a compliance guy, so be one of those guys that everybody hates, but make sure that everybody's doing the right thing.
Yeah, we had to, working at the junior college, we were our own compliance guys.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
In bigger schools and stuff, they definitely, I know it's tough because there's so many different rules and regulations and everything that, like the Rich Paul rule.
Yeah.
I know you have something to say about that because I'm sure we're on the same page with our, angle. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think it is what it is. It happens. The NCAA makes up stupid rules anyway. I was reading something about a recruiting visit. Clemson got a self-reported a
violation.
Violation of them using too much confetti. Come on, dude. And then I was reading something, I forget the school, but they had bagels, and because the bagel spread, they weren't buttered.
That's like Rick Pitino, with the hookers and strippers.
Oh,
that's okay, and he knew nothing about it.
Yeah, and how North Carolina didn't go in his classes and stuff like that.
UNC cheat.
It's fine, man.
Or UN cheat, whatever you want to say.
Hey, man. Duke's probably got something involved there, too.
Oh, dude, Coach K is squeaky clean, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know he is. There's no doubt about it.
Second coming of Christ.
Like we said earlier, Josh is a former player of mine. Met you when you first moved down here, sort of like Connor on our last podcast. He had just moved down here from New York. You had just moved down here from the upstate, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you guys traveled back and forth a lot,
Yeah.
in the first couple of years. But like we were talking, earlier, we were telling some funny stories about the past and everything. But Josh was definitely one of the hardest working guys, one of the smartest baseball minds that I've worked with, especially since I've been down here in Myrtle Beach. But I think what separates Josh, number one, is not necessarily physical abilities on the field. He's a very smart baseball mind. Looks at the game sort of in a Tucker Perry type way, where you see the little things that you don't always get from guys, and the things you can't really teach. You can teach the X's and O's, or the how to run bases, when to steal, what cutoff man, where to hit the ball with 2 outs or try to, but just a little bit of getting an extra step when we're still in the bag, or the routes came easy to you, reading hops came easy to you at a young age. We were talking, I don't know, do you want me to tell the story, or do you want to tell the story about what happened at home plate? Because he added something in a while ago, guys, that was definitely, I do not recall, and I've never heard it till he wants to get on here to the world and try to throw me under the bus when he's the one over here. How old were you, though? 14?
15, yeah.
Where were we at?
North Myrtle Beach.
North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, mom and dad in the stands. Probably had a few girls in the stands. I don't know. And
there probably were girls in the stands to watch the other team
for
play.
me.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. No, but you gonna bleep this out for Duty, because I'm sure he don't want to hear it. No, but
Duty, he has made great. If you ever listen to it, he has made great strides with his base running since then.
Yes.
It's just a little blunder in the cognitive will that is Josh Hester.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take y'all through. He's laughing right now. He tells us all. He goes, all right, middle in or guys at third.
All right, let me go ahead and tell this part, because it's been every single base runner I've had at third base with less than 2 outs while coaching baseball for 10, 11 years. So
Long time.
Man on third, less than 2 outs. Hey, third, no. Pitcher, no. Freezing on line, tag everywhere. Same thing every time. My man James Arnett could come here right now and tell you that. Somebody get him on the line. He will tell. He'd throw me on the bus, like, I don't remember that, coach. But all right, so there we go. We're right. Man on third. So Josh is on third, less than 2 outs.
All right, and I forget who it was. We were talking about, I think, Ryan Marlowe, maybe.
Marles.
Yes.
The guy.
The goat.
The guy. Whose hair is better right now on the spot? Marles' hair or Padgett's? It's tough.
Yeah, Padgett's my boy, man. I got to go with Padgett, man.
He is kind of sitting at an angle behind Josh.
Yeah, he probably throw something at me.
We have a lot of equipment right here, man. It's very expensive. Don't kill him yet.
Please stop. No, but anyway, back to the story. Ground ball hit, first base, and me being the over-analytical player I am, ball hit to first base, probably 115-mile-an-hour exit velo. Guy backhands it, makes a play, tags first. I'm sitting there at third base, kind of getting going through the normal things, and I hear John in the back of my head.
Oh, back of the head. Now it's in the back of the head. I never said a word.
I'm like this, and he's sitting there, he's standing there, and he goes, go, no, stop, go. And I'm like, and by the time that happened, I was already having, by the time that happens, it was, it was kind of whatever, and the guy had a hand cannon. I don't know where he came from.
Okay, so Josh
throws it
to
the catcher, and he says I stopped in the middle of it. I did not stop. I just kept running through because I'm like, it can be out or safe. So a guy calls me out, and it's not even the worst thing about that situation is I'm in the dugout, and I'm like, all right, I fucking messed up. And so he comes in there, he grabs my bat, and he just smashes the clipboard. And I'm like, what are you doing? And
my guys learned later in my life to buy me these metal clipboards I couldn't break. I was a fiery guy back then. I've calmed down a lot.
And I grab my glove and my hat. I'm going out in the field, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm going to play shortstop." He goes, "No, the fuck you're not. You get on the bench." And so I sit there the whole game, and I know, if y'all ever met my dad, he is
Steve from Myrtle Beach. 100.3 FM, the fan.
And he's sitting there, and the ride home was, I'm pretty sure, John and Coach Russell. Shout out Coach Russell. They're sitting there, and they're probably like, God, he's about to get his ass ripped. And
see, that's what Heather was. You talking about
Heather
her getting sentimental and stuff?
Yeah,
and leaving. She was a tough. She was.
She
tough
was. My mom definitely was.
I would never forget. I'm gonna back away from the mic a little bit, right? But I'll never forget all those times when it's like 4 straight errors or something, and I'm breaking clipboards, and all I hear from the dugout from the stands is, intentionally! It's like, oh my word.
Yeah, mama didn't care back then.
She was tough, bro.
She still doesn't. But anyway, I'm in the car, and it's kind of one of those moments, like, you're kind of like, all right, don't say anything, don't look, don't speak. They don't say anything on the way, and they're like, all right. So then my dad later tells me, my mom's like, don't yell at him, don't do this. And this is funny. We're about halfway to the park in between games, and he goes, what the fuck were you thinking, man?
Just pulls it out all casual.
And I'm like
about what? Like the way I got in the car?
What? Is it the way I put my pants on today? Is it what is it? And he goes, you didn't slide at the plate, man. And we had just watched South Carolina and Grayson Griner, catcher now.
There it was. I was waiting for the Gamecock show.
For the Tigers, for Detroit, he didn't slide at the plate. My dad makes fun of him. He goes, "Wait, if you ever did that?" And me being the 14-year-old, I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I would never do that." But next fucking day, do it. And anyway, he's like, right, pardon me. But he's like, if I'm John fucking Helsabeck, I'm never week-long tournament. I'm not fucking starting you the rest of the game.
Did I start you?
He did. Next day, I walk up and Russell goes, "How was that ass too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man."
I knew if we didn't start you, you'd probably get roasted even more.
Oh God!
It's a new day though, a new game.
It is. And then I was at third base and base hit off the middle, just normal, cannot slide at the plate. Slide head first.
You did. I remember that.
My dad gets up and goes, "Yeah, boy!"
And I started clapping. Oh man, he was clapping. I'll never forget that.
Opposing team probably was like, "The fuck's this?"
Yeah, why? Because he slid.
He slid. Does he never get in the game? Good for him. Is he a Make-A-Wish kid or what is he?
Dude, but honestly, you have to a little clarity to that. You're sprinting down the line. The ball beats you by...
Ball beats me by like 15 feet.
Like, yeah, you're not even at the cut yet.
Yeah, so normal...
And you stopped.
Okay.
And started walking.
No, I didn't walk.
It was a minimal... All right, a
light
walker.
Light jog.
Yeah, this is Mr. Coach. It was a light jog. Good night. That's funny, though. Did we win?
Probably not. That might have been a 23-game losing streak.
We didn't. Were you mad? I have to ask this question. Were you mad the day at Ripken when we went 1-6 on the week, and I did not give you guys your rings?
No, I always felt
I got chewed out by some parents.
See, I always felt like those rings were just why we come in 8th place.
Yeah, like we came in 4th in the pewter bracket,
which is the worst one.
So we came in like 19th out of 17 teams, and here's your rings for playing in the tournament.
And then I'm sure when Paget gets on here, he'll know. Me and him are sitting behind each other. We've always been close. Me and him sitting behind each other, and this team beats us like 15-1.
Yeah.
And then we're exchanging pins, and he walks by and he goes, "God, they kicked our ass, and they're giving us pins."
Yeah, they're giving us presents.
Here you go, man.
I said that when I was growing up. We were playing down in Florida one time, and we played a team from Hawaii, and we hung with them for like 3-4 innings, and then they absolutely beat the piss out of it. I have a shadow box somewhere, downstairs. Let me show it to you. A shadow box of like the ass kicking gift they gave us, and like literally, they beat us like, I think they ended up beating us like 14-5. So it was like 6-5.
It was like 16-1.
It was like 14-5, and we're walking through the lines, and then
they start handing it to us.
Well, these people are like, "Hold on." Hawaii's like, "Hold on," and so we're standing there, and they all get like these lays. And the players just kick their ass, come put laser on their neck, give us like some kind of little Honolulu leaf, like give us like all this cool stuff. And I'm just like, man, I can't be mad at you, bro. Thanks, dude. That's dope. Like, can I come down and hang out with you? Like, it makes no sense. Like, I get that stuff. But yeah, like sportsmanship, all that stuff.
It's
I get it, but
yeah.
when you're team to team, when you get your tails kicked in a tournament, there's no reason you need to get a trophy for showing up.
No.
I mean, we came in like, shout out to the Thunderhawks guys. I mean, we it's like 4 of us dead now though. Rest in peace, fellas. It's a little dagger to the mood. I just thought about that. The Thunderhawks boys.
You just start crying.
I know. Yeah. But Lil Wayne. But no, we came in like 4th in the nation in a national tournament, and we left there with nothing. We went like 9-1 on the week, dude, and left with nothing.
Yeah.
It's different. You come in.
I remember another story about that. I lived in Greenville, came down here in a tournament, and we get down here and.
Yet again, anybody that is a natural sponge podcaster all the time, Josh Hester just made my point. Myrtle Beach is not a hotbed for baseball talent. It is a hotbed for baseball. And anybody that wants to take that the wrong way, work harder.
It's not,
right?
Man.
Work harder.
In Greenville, we'd have guys, basically Braden. I mean, guys like Braden being an average guy. I mean, and it's right. I mean, and he's great. I mean, he's a good ball player. I mean, he'll probably get drafted out of high school, getting that signing bonus, right?
Yeah.
And
no,
but
I need my jet skis.
I mean, we'd have guys out there, man. It's like we'd face the big boys from Georgia and all those guys out there, and I know some guys that I played with that don't play anymore, but they were really good. But no, anyway, back to the Greenville story. I remember I came down here on a tournament, and there was a 2-team tournament.
Oh, I bet you did. You win the whole thing?
No.
So you got silver.
We played a 3-game series. And now looking back on it, you look back at all these things, like you're like, shit, man. Like I was going to college, and I remember I played the second game. I had to do shit so bad, and it's like 900 degrees. I'm not used to it, and anyway, we lose that game. We lose the 3rd game, and so I'm about halfway to Greenville. And if you guys don't know, it's like 4.5 hours. And I look at my dad, and I'm in the passenger seat. Mom's asleep in the back. I go, we came in second at 2 teams.
I remember he told me the story.
And
it clicked.
And I looked at the medal and I go, why? And so I lost it.
That's when Steve turned around and patted you on the
attaboy
right there.
Yeah, no, but it's definitely. I think we're starting to baby these kids a lot, and it's
crazy, dude.
And it's forming a form of kind of entitlement. Like I'm entitled to get here.
1,000%.
And I played with a lot of guys throughout my career that and the Wizards and stuff like that. I mean, that guys were just, I'm entitled to do this. Yeah. I pay, $600-700. I should be starting. Yeah, I should be playing.
Yeah,
and
I earned it because
I paid for it.
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean,
I get that. At the end of the day, we should be teaching guys. Everything costs money.
Yeah.
But we should be teaching guys work ethic and, perseverance and character.
And see, that's one thing I think that I have up on, going into college is one of my strengths is because I know the process.
Right.
I know what I'm there for. I know that how to face adversity, stuff like that, and basically, I know how to work and get there.
Right.
Because
school's gonna be easy for you.
Truth be told, I mean, it's a harsh reality, but we're their meal tickets for coaches.
Oh, 100%.
So if you're not performing, then somebody's going to come up behind you, man, and
exactly.
they're going to take it.
And that's one of the things I loved with Coach Taylor was it was like the first day he was like, and I always use this at Stanley and with the Wizards was, congratulations, you're now part of Mars Hill University baseball, like clapping, I know you've always pulled for us. And, like, no, you don't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You didn't expect, not that you don't want to be here, you didn't expect to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were led there. You didn't expect to go to William Peace.
No, I had dreams of when I was 8 years old getting drafted by the Yankees. So.
Right, exactly. And if not the Yankees, then you go to USC or the Gamecocks and play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's...
So, and you end up in different situations that God has different plans for you.
Exactly.
And, even him, I love this quote he was like, I'm not going to be at Mars Hill forever. I'm working to move up the ladder, just like you guys want to. And if you ever find a coach like that, I know you're going to play for one coach like that. Phoenix, man, that guy's wanting to climb ladders very quickly.
Oh, dude,
he's a hard worker.
He's amazing, man. He I don't want to seem like I'm kissing his ass or anything because I'm not. He knows that. But no, he's the one that kind of sold me on Peace, man. He called me and texted me and stuff like that. And was like, hey, man, I'm gonna get you up here.
Right.
And on the visit, I mean, I loved it. It felt kind of at home. Kind of small.
And like I said, with Coach Taylor, you find that coach that you love, and you fall in love with a place, and that's where you need to go.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my foreign players this week who saw him at Palmetto games. I was talking to his dad. He's like, we might end up going D2. I'm like, yeah. There's you have a chance to play right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, he'll tell you there's guys in D3, man.
I tell you, they're everywhere.
I mean, and
they're everywhere. It's not football or basketball.
No.
You don't have to go to Alabama or Clemson to get,
recognized. Yeah.
Baseball is something different.
He'll tell you over there, man. I mean, there's guys out there that's, throwing mid-90s. and you look up and you're like, why are you here?
Because it's a baseball field. That's why he's there.
Exactly.
That's the whole part of it. Now, as you just heard him, we're getting good at these segues here on the Natural Sponge and Friends podcast. He talking about the Yankees, talking about the Gamecocks. Jake Bentley, is he a stud, yes or no?
He just he knows that
Dude, I really don't care either way. I'm not a big football guy. I'll watch it on Saturday. Drink some beer, but
I like Jake.
If Jake Bentley walked in this room right now and slapped me, I wouldn't know him from Adam.
he doesn't have that it factor that most quarterbacks have. He's got the talent. He's got the arm strength that he just.
Shout out to Steve from Myrtle Beach. I know we'll be listening to you on the Bad Boy soon and tell me about Jake Bentley.
Man. Jake Bentley.
See, I actually sat behind Mark Kingston at Palmetto games.
Shout out Mark Kingston.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sitting here dogging a couple guys, on the, like former stuff, and then I look up, I'm like, oh, he's sitting right there. I'm sure he just heard everything I just said, but no, he seems like a good dude. Hopefully it works out.
He's a good guy. He's a new
It's
guy.
hard to follow Ray Tanner.
It is.
Glad they get rid of Holbrook though. Not even a South Carolina fan. Just sports guy.
Yeah, different opinions on him, man.
So I had to at least get that off your chest. I had to ask you a Gamecock question for sure.
Oh, please.
Because you're Josh Hester. Steelers. Anything to say about the Steelers? I had to ask. No.
I think we got a good year. I think we got a good team. People kind of doubting us though, because
they've been to it.
Antonio. No, Ben did not. He did not. We'll have a whole 3-hour conversation on that.
All right, so you said Ben didn't do it. Now, anyway, back to the main point of what I want to ask you. Big Yankees fan, huge Yankees guy. He actually has a life-size stuffed Aaron Judge that he lives with, or lays with him at night. And he cuddles it hard. No, it's a fat head on your wall, right?
It is. I'm taking it up to a piece too.
Is he in his uniform? You're going to be a college guy that takes a fat head to your dorm?
Yeah, I got 2.
Oh, man. What's your other one? Juju Smith-Schuster?
Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so favorite player of all time, who is it?
Derek Jeter. He's laughing about it.
So all these stories about me as a coach they'll make me sound like horrible. No, I just want guys to get better. So real quick before this story gets out there is this kid loved Derek Jeter, man. When I met him, how were you, 12? 13?
12.
Like he would show up in the Jeter t-shirt jersey, show up in the Yankees stuff. He would, he was Jeter through and through. Like I had known him for like 4 hours, and he's like, "Hey, Coach John, Derek Jeter went 3 for 4 last night with $2." I'm like, cool, the kid. That's great.
Cool. God.
And then I'm getting reamed out for not giving a trophy to a kid or something, and he's over here like, "Hey, Coach, Derek Jeter hurt his ankle." I'm like, good.
Yes.
Like, what's up, Josh? How was your week, buddy?
Good.
Jeter went 17 for 29 with 4. I'm like, good night, man.
Yes.
But so there was a play in
God.
our connected past.
It's probably the most.
Where were we on this occasion? Was it Ripken?
No, we were at
Market Common?
No, North Myrtle Beach.
North Myrtle Beach again.
The complex, not the high school.
Yeah, the
The
complex.
other one was at a high school.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was at Triple Crown World Series.
It was. I remember that now. That's before North Myrtle Beach got so dope.
Yeah.
You seen it lately?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh, okay. All right, so Patch is over there just dying. It's hot as crap in this room, by the way.
It is.
We got
Some
a window AC
in
unit
here.
in this thing. I feel like we're in.
Sweating.
The heat index was like 108 today.
Really?
That's what he got up to. Anyway, ground ball to Hester's his right backhand in the 5-6 hole. And
Let's go ahead and
this
set
kid was
that up.
this kid was a good infielder. He's obviously a good infielder. He's going to play infield in college, and it was a great infielder. Had good hands when I was coaching him every weekend, and had a good arm. Set his feet. He had a decent arm. He's actually the all-time Diamond Wizards saves leader. But you went submarine on everybody.
I did.
What made you do that?
It was shitty overhand.
That's great. That's money right there.
Nah, man. South Carolina just won the World Series that year.
Oh my
John
Lord.
Taylor. John Taylor was sidearm, so I was like, oh shit, why not? I'm a position player, so
Yeah. So you ended up getting 4 saves.
that's actually my greatest accomplishment.
The saves leader.
Save
Well, you'll be in the Hall of Fame next year. So that'll be you
Thank
put
you.
those 2 plaques
kind
on
of
the
mad,
wall.
dude. I wasn't first ballot.
Everybody couldn't be.
First ballot, man.
You're first ballot for that. You weren't eligible last year.
It's fine though. Derek Jeter's not. Was first ballot.
He's not.
He is.
Oh my word! Here we go. So he goes ball in the hole. He backhands it, and he like sets his feet, sort of. Does like this little jump, twisty turn in the air, and is almost landed by the time he 7-hops it across the infield on an easy ball to get us out of the inning. And the only thing coach could think to yell from the dugout was what?
he got his Oakleys on, man, and he's scared with them things on. He didn't know what he was looking at. He gets up from his bucket. I think he's walking out. To
No,
go
I yelled, set your feet.
Yeah, he was like, set your fucking feet. And then like he starts walking. I'm like, all right, whatever. And he walks out there and like I think he's going to a pitching change. And I'm like, all right, I'm walking. He goes, you're not fucking Jeter. I cried myself to sleep.
Set your feet. You're not Jeter, but you still remember that to this day.
I do.
You do.
I do.
So
So
now
every
any ball,
backhanded,
you're setting your feet.
Yeah.
Because you're not who?
Jeter, man.
You're Josh Hester. That's my whole point, man.
See?
You gotta be. No, it was hilarious. That was one of the best. Did I make you cry?
I cried myself.
What does Steve say on that one?
What'd Steve say?
Mm.
Probably the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I was Helsabeck.
That's right. He probably was like, what's your name? Josh Hester? Okay, yeah. All right. Derek Jeter gets paid how much? Okay, yeah.
So, Derek Jeter, first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Would Derek Jeter, with his stats, you can give me his stats. I don't care about team stats, personal stats. And this is a discussion me and Josh have had during baseball workouts, after baseball workouts, through text messages, on the phone for the last 4 years. Josh physically went into a depression state, had to be rushed to the hospital when Derek Jeter retired.
He retired. He got his last hit. I cried. I was like, oh my God.
But without team stats, if Derek Jeter, with what he did, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes.
If he played for the Baltimore Orioles, was he the
Yes.
first?
Yes.
No shot.
Career 300 hitter. 20 years in the league.
He had 3,000 hits.
He did.
Okay, first ballot then. There you go.
You
have
didn't know
3,000.
that? He had a
No,
home
dude.
run off
Yeah.
David Price.
Oh, I do remember that. Khalil Green went yard off of Randy Johnson.
Who?
Don't even. Don't even. You're a Greenville native. Don't even. Can't bash on Khalil like that. That's
Khalil.
absurd. He was a stud, though. What's your favorite Derek Jeter memory? And don't just do when he went out to shortstop and stared and cried. Do you know how tough that would be, though? I don't know. They would have to make me retire.
Yeah, no.
But they kind of did. They told me to go. You're done, dude. Peace.
Fuck home. Nah, my favorite one was probably when he gosh, so many. Probably the kid when he hit the home run against the Orioles and the kid reached out over the Mr. November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the one where he dove in the stands.
That was pretty sick, too. Bloody. Yeah, I do like
and
that.
I think the play.
Don't even. Don't. See, that's why I brought it up.
It's a play, man.
We're prepared.
The athletics
We're
play where he
pre-peppered.
runs from across the field to get the guy out at home.
Dude.
I think he's out. He
Oh
has
my
great play.
There's. Whatever.
It's great play.
I remember seeing that, and everybody's like, why is he there? Oh, the intuition he had to be in that
It's a
spot
play,
at that
though.
moment. Dude, no.
He was hovering.
He was so out of position.
But he was hovering
For what reason?
at the shortstop.
What? So he ran 90 feet
Yes.
across the field
Yes.
in 3 seconds.
Yes.
That guy's fast.
He is.
And back Backhand scooped it.
Yeah.
No shot.
He was the anomaly. He's a good player.
Anomaly. That's what I told you guys. He was smart. Hey, somebody look that up. Anomaly. B.
Well, we got a fact checker over there.
B's like,
He's like, what?
Spell it. How to start with a B?
B?
Silent P. Mnemonic. Oh, that's terrific.
No, but yeah, that's definitely. We have a lot of moments though. Fist fights, almost, in the
Almost.
in the dugouts, in the face, like kind of just. I'm not doing that.
What do you think? Did you like A-Rod?
Yeah,
You did?
I did.
I love the fact that he ran over the mound that one time.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
I like the fact that he was just a great player.
Dude, I love watching his swing. His swing is still one of the best. There's a YouTube video of him hitting, and he goes through his like whole progressions of like percentages, what he hits off the tee, and the guy's like, so when do you get to 100%? He's like, I never get to 100%. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, nobody can swing at 100%. Like my max effort is my game effort. You have to be controlled. You have to be back. You have to, Do you feel like kids today have, like I was Khalil Green with baseball. I was Shawn Michaels with wrestling. I was a huge wrestling guy growing up. Tito Ortiz with UFC stuff. I always picked Josh Hamilton in baseball. So I always picked like these like anxiety drug addicts. What in the world, dude? Like I thought about that the other day. I'm like, my gosh, dude. Maybe that's why I turned out so awesome. No, like what do you feel like guys have guys like that today to look up to? I mean, B don't. Like, who do you look up to, B, in baseball? Like, who's your favorite? Who?
I don't know.
Whould you say?
You.
Me. That made me feel good.
Wow.
He said me. That's what's up. Showtime
Slide
Junior
a
over
few
here.
50s.
That's what's up. Yeah. Put that cash out.
Good.
Nice golf though.
No, but
Like, what about you, Paz? You have guys growing up?
Mariano Rivera, but I'm the opposite of him.
That's true. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be like them.
Yeah,
but
no.
I don't feel like kids
I
today
definitely have
have people that they look up to like that.
especially I have Jeter, but now I kind of look up to I kind of look up to Gary Sanchez a little bit.
Yeah.
The way he hits, the way he kind of acts on the field. He's kind of
Right.
like, well, basketball though is my guy's Kevin Durant. He's my favorite all-time athlete.
Right.
I followed him all the way through high school at
Right.
Montrose Academy.
So you still, is that shirt a Gary Payton shirt?
Oh
or
my god! I'm like, nah, bro. 35 for the Sonics. Man.
So my guy Josh, he was at one of BP's games a couple weeks ago, and he's wearing this dope like Supersonics t-shirt jersey. It was Kevin Durant, and this coach in the middle of the game looks over and he's like, "Is that a Gary Payton jersey or is that who was it?
What?
Who was the other one?
Alex English?
I don't
No,
know.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp or Kevin Durant."
And I'm like, obviously Durant. Man.
He's like, "Don't take that off. I'll take it from you."
Yeah. I was gonna have to freaking get a restraining order.
Yeah, who's this guy?
Like, bro, who are you? Just a coach, man. I'm like, what? And then B went, what'd you go B? Like 0 for 3?
Yeah.
What'd you do later in that
He
tournament?
has his, I did.
Bomb.
How many bombs?
I wasn't there, that's why.
2 yo-yos.
He's hanging his chains out, Paget. He's hanging his chains
Yeah, he
out,
came.
Paget.
Like,
He K'd up 3 times.
Twice.
And I'm yelling at him as a heckler, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, tuck the chain in, man. You struck out twice. And then he switches bats. Like, it's not the bat, bro. It's not, it ain't the bat, man.
It was. I hit 2 bombs the next day, but
Huh?
it was the
Oh, he's
bat.
butthurt.
It was a bet. You went bombs the next day.
He's butthurt now. Don't worry, B. None of your girlfriends are listening.
I love the plural, just automatically.
Friends.
Girlfriends.
It's respect.
Don't worry, man. They get worse. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you so you had an injury
I did.
that set you back a little bit last year.
Yeah.
No, before that though. I'm gonna finish that one, the last one. Like when last year you're a senior in high school,
Mm-hmm.
the freshmen that are at practice and stuff, like did they have a Derek Jeter that they look up to? 'Cause that's like fascinating, like stuff like that.
Most of the guys were, kind of laid back. Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, just your normal guys.
Yeah.
Javi's getting up there.
Baez.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
He's
I
a
love
stud,
that.
dude.
El Lago, a magician. So with the injury, go ahead.
What do you mean?
Your injury, what happened?
Well,
Well, well, let me tell you.
go ahead and divulge into this. We were playing
Shipyard.
Shipyard, right? Shipyard.
Yep.
Beautiful facility down in Charleston.
Definitely. Shout out. Get some funding down there. But they don't let you wear spikes. And I remember.
Which is odd to me.
Yeah, at a turf field, and it's raining. It's like 8:00 in the morning, kind of rainy. I get a ball down the third base.
Little morning mist.
And I'm like
coming off the Charleston River.
And like it's funny too because I looked at one of my boys on the team, and I go if I roll my fucking ankle.
Because Josh is that guy. You're that guy always like, Coach, there's a big hole in the mound out here. What am I supposed to do? Like, what do you make you a shovel and a rake to fill in the hole?
And so I go to backhand the ball and my foot slips.
Josh is a stud, by the way. He's reading a text while talking.
and I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, all right, I'm fucking whatever. I get up and all the third base coach said this. Oh my fucking. And I'm like, and they go, yep, he broke it. And I'm like, nah, shit, dude. So I get on there and who was there? Oh, my girlfriend was there for the yeah,
single
she was
now, ladies.
single.
Ladies.
Yeah, hit me up. But nah, kind of. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was at WPU out there.
Yeah,
sure
WPU.
check 'em out. So you get up from breaking your ankle.
Sorry, I got me sidetracked there. I get up from breaking my ankle, and so my dad and my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, are obviously sitting there, and they're sitting there, and my dad goes, "What the fuck happened?" He's sitting there making fun of me, basically. The trainer grabs my foot, and I'm like, "No, don't do that." And so I'm getting carted off, kind of like football players, kind of cool. Got put on the back, kind of.
Sweet. Did you give the thumbs up to the
I didn't.
crowd?
I just had the towel over my head.
Did you flick them off?
Earl Thomas.
All 7 of them in the stands.
No, and
moms are still out in the car making their cocktails.
Heather wasn't
their
there.
Yetis.
Heather wasn't there. Definitely, she would have been. She'd been on the field. No, she But so I'm in the dugout, and I got my girlfriend at the time. My dad's sitting there, and they're looking at my foot and my pinky toes hanging off of it. I'm just like, God.
By a thread.
And and I still remember it now. Is when my girlfriend at the time, she looks at me. She was a volleyball player. She's pretty good. She goes, "Well, if you moved your feet more, you wouldn't have broken your ankle." And I'm like, "You motherfucker!" And I probably said a lot more harsh words to her that day. But nah, she and my mom, she called, and mom's at work. She's a surgical tech. She goes, "Get him a grand strand. I can get him in there." Da, da, da. So I get there, break a foot. I'm out for 3-4 weeks.
Had the boot?
It did.
Had the boot. That's
Space
good.
boot.
Good look at school.
No,
was it?
my dad had to drop me off the first day of senior year. It's kind of.
I mean, you got to change the story a little bit. I dove through a wall. I caught it, flipped over.
I wish it was something like that.
Yeah.
My shortstop, she yelled at me like, "Get the ball!" I'm like, "I can't,
Move, bro."
God.
Got some crutches? I'll hop on over real quick.
No, but I recovered from that, and basically I was gonna have surgery on it, and I just told the dude, I was like, "Listen, I can't. I got colleges, man. I can't do it," and he didn't, and it healed up fine. And
So you're ready to go?
Ready, man.
So you're getting to a point now. You're getting ready to move off, and you're leaving tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow.
Don't move in until Friday though.
You're staying up there. So you staying with Finks, or you're gonna sleep on the field? You're gonna elected
sleep on the field. Sleep
Summer
on
catch.
the field. I'm
Summer
gonna sleep
catch.
on home plate.
But getting there, taking care of your body more, learning how to eat right. You're gonna lift a lot. Have you ever? And I ask this in every single one that I've done and will do. Have you ever taken CBD or know what it is?
No.
Obviously not, because you just asked me if I was taking ecstasy while ago, which was not the case. It was obviously Koi Naturals,
touching himself.
CBD. Yeah. But no, seriously, dude. Especially with a guy like you with your mind. Take a little look at her.
Take a look. Heather, I get a text message right now. Don't you take that?
No, literally, it comes from a hemp plant. It reduces inflammation.
It's got an owl.
It would help. That's a fish, by the way, a koi fish. It's not an owl. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah, guy with 7 degrees.
Thad, they'll definitely help you with your some inflammation in the throwing arm, dude. But it's definitely something to look into.
You know, it's gonna
Do you read a lot?
I don't.
I just picked up this book.
I
today.
did, though.
My
I read
wonderful,
Jared
beautiful
book.
wife picked it up for me.
Shout out.
I'm gonna say it wrong. Deepak Chopra. Okay, hold up. I want you to read this book. Okay, you can get it off Amazon for like $7. Okay, it's called the Seven Spiritual
I'm
Laws
a
of
college
Success.
student athlete on a budget. You think I can afford
Oh,
that?
dude, go to your library at school. Guarantee they have it.
Guarantee they don't.
The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Check out Marcus
It's
Stroman, Mike
Deepak
Stud.
Chopra.
Chopra.
Yes.
There you go. How do you know that?
7 degrees, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the 7 degrees.
Boy, Georgetown
yes.
represent.
Read that though.
Early college.
Read that. Last thing we got to say is, do you think, what do you do in the morning when you wake up? If it's explicit, don't tell me. But
not that early, man.
you roll over,
Yeah.
alarm clock's going off, you wake up, what do? What's the first thing you do?
Check my phone, probably.
Boom, right there.
Brush my teeth.
Proven fact, dude. First thing we do in the morning, in the first 5 minutes of waking up, if we check our phone, what does it do, B?
Reactive something.
Puts us in a reactive state, which means the rest of the day we're not proactive at all. My wish for you moving forward into your journey through college, especially your freshman year, is always the oddest and toughest to really slow down and take it all in. Every morning you get up, unless you have coaches calling or something that's different, a phone call is different, a text message. I feel like a text message is a little closer to the social media. If you're getting a phone call, dude, answer that thing. But if not, go 5-10 minutes without checking your phone, your Instagram, your Twitter, your whatever. It'll put you in a proactive state. You will feel so much better. I'm about 3.5 weeks in, dude, without checking my phone for the first 10, 15. I made it 30 minutes today without doing it. I'm telling you, it'll change your mindset going through the day. So Josh, who was,
guy though.
huh?
I'm a phone guy.
Every
though.
kid's a phone guy. You're still a kid. Every kid's a
bro.
phone guy.
I gotta get on there. Check my girls.
Check your girls. So now you're waking up. You're more worried about girls than the mental state of your mind moving forward throughout the day.
My mental state's fine, man.
Let's bet.
Don't worry.
We'll see. Paz, you gonna try it?
Huh?
Paz, you try that?
He ain't gonna try nothing.
He gonna
You
try
should
it?
see the girls that hit him up, man.
So I've been hard on B this week with baseball stuff. man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be hard on these. So obviously these guys who care more about their girls and think their mental state's okay, as opposed to getting proactive and actually being the best player William
Sorry,
Peace
man.
has ever seen.
Don't worry, I will be.
Thanks for coming on, dude. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Gonna miss you. Not gonna get sentimental on here.
You
do that.
are.
We'll do that in the driveway when you leave. Man.
you're gonna take walk me out.
Oh, for sure. Gotta give you one last hug and smooch on the cheek.
You're gonna take me and walk me out.
But anything you ever need, make sure you give us a call.
Yeah, definitely.
And if we, if mom and dad don't answer, we'll be there in 4 hours. How long did it take? 3 hours? 3.5?
3.5.
There you go.
Oh, look.
So who's that? Mama Hester?
No, that's shout out Chris Duty.
Oh, Coach Duty.
Coach Duty.
There you go. Head coach at William Peace University. USA baseball guy.
Yeah.
Something we shouldn't read online or read on the air.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Josh. Natural
Yes,
Sponge
sir.
and friends. Thanks, guys, for listening to this one
Yes,
as well.
sir,
Continue
definitely.
to spread the word. We're going to have a lot of guys on. Trying to push as many of these across we can. We feel like we have, a lot of guys have said it has been hilarious to listen to. It's been the Tucker Perry one they said was hilarious.
Yeah.
Got some good reviews on the one with just me talking about my past. Everybody has a story. So when you see someone that may look a little different or act a little different or not be as clean as you are or not have the same car that you do or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Everybody has a story, and luckily,
It's one thing I hate
what's that?
seeing is guys who don't have a lot of stuff and they're just as talented as
And they don't have the same opportunities.
yeah, they don't.
Right.
They don't. Based on who they play for, who yeah.
So be kind to everyone, as we said a couple times. Scott Van Pelt always says, be well. Make sure you guys, as always, follow at Cure Gervais on Twitter. Look up the Gervais Foundation. And if you have any change laying around, anything like that you could donate to Gervais Foundation to help find a cure, would be phenomenal. Make sure you guys continue to follow on Twitter, Instagram. Give us an email. Give us a shout out. We outie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.